You think you know how history works, don't you? We all do. We picture it as a steady, linear march of progress, a straight line, spears then swords, carts then carriages. Simple, logical, and, well, a little bit boring. But what if I told you that in the year 1901, a group of divers searching for sea sponges off the coast of a tiny Greek island found a ghost? A ghost from a future that shouldn't have existed for another 1,500 years. An artifact so advanced, its discovery is like finding a jet engine in the tomb of Tutankhamun. This isn't just a historical curiosity, it's a fundamental paradox that could rewrite the entire timeline of human innovation. Today, we're going to dive deep into the mystery of the Antikythera Mechanism. First, we'll deconstruct this mechanical oracle to reveal its impossible genius, a clockwork cosmos that predicted eclipses and mapped the heavens with a sophistication that shouldn't reappear for centuries. We'll then confront the unnerving historical black hole it leaves behind, a 1,500-year technological gap that defies all logical progression and turns a simple discovery into a profound and disturbing anomaly. And finally, we'll explore the most unsettling explanation for this paradox. What if the mechanism wasn't a brilliant new invention, but the last surviving echo of a forgotten age of science? So, let's start with the object itself. When it was pulled from the sea, it was just a corroded lump of bronze, mistaken for a rock. But as the layers of time were carefully peeled away, something incredible emerged. Inside were gears, dozens of them, intricate, complex, interlocking bronze gears, some with teeth as small as a millimeter. Modern CT scans have revealed an almost unbelievable level of craftsmanship. This wasn't just a simple clock. This was a portable analog computer from the 2nd century BCE. Think about that. A computer 2,000 years before the digital age. It had a crank on the side, and when you turned it, the dials on the front and back whirred to life. One dial tracked the sun and moon through the zodiac. Another predicted lunar and solar eclipses down to the exact hour. It even accounted for the moon's wobbly, elliptical orbit, a calculation so complex that astronomers would grapple with it for another 1,000 years. It even had a dial for tracking the 4-year cycle of the Olympic Games. It was a complete model of the cosmos, as the ancient Greeks understood it, rendered in metal. A clockwork universe you could hold in your hands. But here's the part that breaks the timeline. The level of miniaturized differential gearing found inside this box, it simply shouldn't exist. That kind of engineering doesn't show up again in the historical record until the great astronomical clocks of 14th century Europe. That's a gap of 1.5 millennia. And that brings us to the black hole, the deep, unnerving silence that follows this incredible machine. If the ancient Greeks could build this, where's everything else? Where are the other simpler machines that must have come before it? Where are the more advanced ones that should have come after? It's as if someone invented the smartphone, and then for the next 1,500 years, everyone went back to using smoke signals. It completely shatters that neat, linear idea of progress we hold so dear. History isn't a straight line. In this case, it's a towering, inexplicable peak, followed by a valley of technological amnesia that stretches for centuries. It's an anomaly, a glitch in the timeline that historians and scientists have struggled to explain. How could such profound knowledge be gained, only to be utterly and completely lost? This leads us to the final and most unsettling explanation, the one that feels more like science fiction than history. What if the mechanism wasn't a brilliant new invention? What if it was the last of its kind, the last surviving echo of a forgotten age of science? This is the radical theory that the Antikythera Mechanism is a ghost from a precursor civilization, a message from a lost world whose knowledge vanished, leaving behind only this one impossible machine. Maybe it was a civilization lost to a cataclysm, its libraries and workshops wiped from the face of the earth. Perhaps its knowledge was held by a secretive group, a mystery school whose teachings died with its last members. We just don't know. All we have is this ghost in the machine of history, a device that whispers of a past far more advanced and far more mysterious than we ever thought possible. It suggests that humanity may have reached for the stars, only to fall back to Earth and forget it had ever learned how to fly. What do you believe? Was the Antikythera Mechanism a lone miracle of Greek genius, a solitary peak in the landscape of history? Or is it a message in a bottle, a ghost whispering to us of a past far more advanced than we could ever imagine? Share your theory in the comments.